So, in light of recent cheating fiasco involving number 3 player Cloudiful, I'm gonna make this video so the community will be able to draw a clear line for what tapping style should be allowed or not. This video will be split into 5 small parts. First I will explain how regular tapping works in all standard. The second part I will explain the concept of strumming. I will then apply the logic of strumming to Cloudiful's tapping method. I will talk about the concrete issues of strumming in a game like OS. And then I will apply strumming to rake tapping and explain what rake tapping is. So, regular tapping in OS works by pressing a key and releasing it to register an input and be ready for the next one. So, you need to press down on the key and release for one actuation, which is 2 movements for one actuation. You need the up movement so you can actuate the key again for the next one. That's entirely how it works. So you move down and up for one actuation. Rapid Trigger allows for this. It just makes it easier, but it still falls in line with the logic. Now, strumming is like strumming on a guitar. There's this video of this guy streaming 285 BPM on We Love Llama by strumming. It's completely busted. The entire thread talks about how busted it is. So, how does it work? Well, you strum by moving the strum to the left and to the right for 2 inputs. So you can essentially think of it as having a key to the left and a key to the right. And you move left for one actuation, right one actuation, so it's 1 movement per actuation. Which would be double as if you would just press a key down and up for one actuation. So it's already twice as fast for basically the same amount of effort. So how did Cloudiful make his tapping method work? Well, he assigned an input to actuate whenever you release the key as well. So you would have one actuation on down and one on up, which is the exact same thing as strumming actually. You just have a key, it's just the same key that's doing the input, but essentially every time you go up, there's also an input. So again, it's one actuation for one movement. So I think the concept of strumming is just completely busted, because it's essentially the exact same thing. Like, he goes down for one actuation and then up for one actuation, which is twice the amount of movement that you would have for normal tapping. So if you compare it to rake tapping, it's actually the exact same thing. Because for rake tapping, you have 2 keys and you move your finger over the Hall effect switches, so they actuate very easily, for 2 inputs. So you move them over, 2 inputs, you have 2 inputs again, and 2 inputs again. And it's actually the exact same thing as strumming again, because there's multiple inputs for one movement. You can imagine it like having 2 keys here and then 2 keys here. You would hit 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. It's the exact same thing as strumming. And it's totally not the same as going down and up for one movement. So I think the community should draw the line at having one actuation for the down and up movements. I think rake tapping, strumming, and Cloudiful's method should not be allowed.